Michaela with LearnWire here, and today we are going to go over Cornerrr. Now, Cornerrr is an e-commerce site that will let you create a beautiful website with just a few clicks. Now, this is going to be a great alternative to BigCommerce, Shopify, and WooCommerce, and it's best going to be used by e-commerce peeps, event organizers, and small businesses. Cornerrr is brand new on the AppSumo website. It doesn't even have any reviews yet. Cornerrr was founded by Sushant, and looking at the questions, he is pretty responsive. Looks like the last question was at some point today, and he has absolutely responded to it. There are 4 different plans that you can choose from. Plan 1 at $49 includes all available features. You get 1 online store. You can sell up to 100 products. You get a custom domain, and you get the standard themes. Plan 2 at $98 includes all available features. You can have up to 3 online stores, up to 1,000 products. You get multiple custom domains. You get premium themes. You get custom plugins, a custom blog, color customization, and you get custom emails. Plan 3 at $147 includes all available features. You get up to 6 online stores, up to 5,000 products. You can have multiple custom domains. You get the premium themes. You get custom plugins, the custom blog. You get the color customization and custom emails. And finally, Plan 4 at $196 includes all available features. You get up to 10 online stores, up to 10,000 products. You get multiple custom domains. You get tailor-made themes. You get custom plugins, a custom blog. You get the color customization. You get custom emails. You get API access, the form builder, and you also get bulk operations. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look. This is our Cornerrr dashboard. We've got a list of all of our collection items right here. It's also going to be here on the side. I don't really need this though, so I'm just going to go ahead and minimize that. All right, so we have a bunch of different things that we can create. We can create users, we can create pages, we can create media or categories or products, orders, customers, subscriptions, forms, and we can view our form submissions. So let's just go straight down the list and let's create a user. So right now we can see my user. This is me. It's my email address and my name and my last name. But if I want to create a new user, I can do so just by clicking this create new button. I can enter in their email address. I can create a new password for them, and I can fill out their first name and their last name. Then I can also check whether or not their account has been verified. I'm going to do that. Totally messed up the password stuff. All right, so I've created a new user, and I can go ahead and hit save. All right, so I have their user created. We have their first name, their last name, their email address. I can force unlock their account, and I can manage their stores and what their role is with the store. So right now, John here is just a viewer. If I click this little down arrow right here, I can go ahead and make him an admin, and I can also add another store for him. So I'll go ahead and save and head back to my users, and there's John Doe right here. All right, next we have our pages. So these are going to be our website pages. Right now, I don't have anything, but I can go ahead and create a new page just by clicking this gray create new icon or this new create page. All right, so I can go ahead and make the content, call it the home page. I can add a layout. So we have a content block, we have a media block, we have a form block, hero with background. There are a bunch of different options for us to choose from, so we can make our pages exactly how we want. I'm just going to add the hero with background. And with this, we can go ahead and change the size of this. So we can have it be 1/3 of the page, half the page, 2/3 of the page, or the full page. We can also set the alignment to be left, right, or center. And we can change all of our content right here. So set the alignment to be left, right, or center. And we can change all of our content right here. We have just a basic text editor. So we've got our headers and our subheaders. We can make it a quote or add a link or numbers or what have you. We can also set our background type to a background image or a background color. If we want it to be an image, I can go ahead and either upload new media from my computer, or I can go ahead and choose some existing media that I have in my library. I'm just going to go ahead and make a background color. And then I can also change our text color. Finally, I can add a slug right here. I'm just going to call it home. And what is SEO? Oh, we also have our search engine optimization options right here. So there are 3 checks that we need to pass. We need a title, we need a description, and we need a meta image right here. Now, thankfully for the title, I can go ahead and just auto-generate it. Unfortunately, that is a little too short, so I'm just going to go my store. There we go. Okay, so we have our description. Let me go ahead and upload an image. Okay, and let me add some alt text. And I can add a caption, but I'll just go ahead and save. And there it is. All right, so say we have everything ready to go, and this is the way we want it. We can go ahead and preview it by hitting this preview button right here. All right, that did not do what I thought it would. Maybe if I hit save first. All right, let me preview it now. Okay, yep. So I had to save first, and then I could see the preview. All right, and that is our homepage for now. Let's go ahead and move on. Next, we have our media section. So this is where we can upload all of our media in one easy to access place. We have an ID for it. We have the alternate text. We have a caption if we so choose. If we click on this little box right here, we can check it and we can edit the image or we can delete the image. If we want to add more media, we just have to hit this create new button right here. And we can either drag and drop a file into it or hit this select a file button and it will just be a generic image uploader. Next, we have our categories. Now, the categories are going to be the different categories for your different items. So this might be something like clothing or digital goods or glassware or what have you. So to create a new category, I can go ahead, hit this create new, and we'll call this clothing. Our description is just going to be clothing. We can upload some new media. We can choose from existing, and we can create our own slug for it. So we have clothing, and then we can select our parent category. I will go ahead and save, and here we are right here. Now if we go ahead and view the store, here is our category name and our product. So then if we go ahead and view the store, and we go to shop now, we can see that clothing category right here. So these are all of the products that are listed under the clothing category, which are currently 0, but we'll get to that in a moment. All right, so then next we have our products. So these are going to be the actual products that you can sell. Let's go ahead and create a new product. I think we already know what button we need to press and where that's located. So let's go ahead, create a new product. So these are going to be our product details. We'll just call our product name t-shirt. We have our slug. It's auto-generated a slug for us, but we can go ahead and change that if we so choose. I'm just going to leave it for now. We can select the category we want this to be listed under. We'll just have it be clothing. So then we can decide if we want to collect the shipping address at checkout, yes or no. We're going to leave that on because we definitely need somewhere to ship this t-shirt. Then we can set the price in USD. I'm going to sell this t-shirt just for 25 bucks. And then if we want to add a discounted price, I can do so. We'll have our discounted price be $20. And then I can enable a subscription. So if you want to offer like a box type situation similar to like BarkBox or Loot Crate or any of the other subscriptions, you can set that up right here. You can also go ahead and enable package pricing for this. Next, we have our description. So I'm just going to call it Super Comfy T-shirt. And then if I want to promote similar products, so if I have a whole list of other t-shirts that I want to sell, I can select those related products right here. And those will show up in the shop next to this t-shirt. All right, next I'm going to configure our product table. So this is where I can add detailed information about the product. So I can add a brand name. So if I'm selling a bunch of different branded t-shirts, I can set that brand name here. I can also have a title for our table, and then I can go ahead and configure our details. So this is going to be where I can talk about the size, the materials, other specifications, and it will be used for like easy referencing. Next, we have our product media. So I can upload different images of this t-shirt, or I can add pictures of people wearing it or while they're out and about, stuff like that. I can also enable inventory for this shirt, so I can check it, and I can set a custom SKU. So I'm just going to do 0566, and I can specify how many of these items I'm going to carry. So we'll just say that I'm carrying 200 of them. If I want to sell variants of this t-shirt, I absolutely can. So this is going to be things like size or colors. So if I want to have the same logo but on a black shirt and a white shirt and a yellow shirt and a blue shirt, I can select those variant options right here. I don't necessarily need that, so I'm going to go ahead and remove it. Next, we have our paywall content. This is not going to be really used in the case of t-shirts, but more so for subscription-based products. So this is going to be if there's information or what have you, you can set all of that up right here. Finally, we have our search engine optimization options right here. So we have our title, we have our description, and we have our image. And I can go ahead and upload an image. I'm just going to use this one right here. And let's go ahead, save this draft. Let's take a preview of it. Never mind. Now let's go ahead and publish our change. Perfect. There we go. So we have our t-shirt right here. We have the 20% off. We have the similar product right here. Perfect. Right, next we have our orders. So anyone who orders a product from our store, that's going to show up right here. We don't have any orders, so let's go ahead and create a new one. Now, first we can select our customer. I don't have any customers, so let's go ahead and create a new one. Call this person Jane Doe. Her password will be, she will be verified. Okay. So after we have all of our basic information entered in, we can add items that are saved in her cart. So let's go ahead and just do t-shirt, and she will have 2 of those in there. Perfect. And then we can also add items to her wish list and see the products in their wish list. We can see the recent products that they've viewed, and we can also go ahead and see their purchases right here. All right, let's go ahead and save. All right, so we have our Jane Doe order right here. We can go ahead and input their email address, and we can add items to her cart. So let's go ahead, add the Euro t-shirt. She's getting 2 of them. Perfect. We can set the currency of this. It's going to be USD. We can set the total amount. It's going to be 50. We can set her payment status to pending, paid, unpaid, and no payment required. I'll just do no payment required. And we can set the shipping status to pending, packing, dispatched, in transit, and delivered. I'm just going to set that as packing and save. All right, so as we go back to orders, we can see our payment right here. It was created at this date, this time. We can see the email address, the payment status, and the shipping status all right here. Now, I didn't go over this previously, but with all of these pages, you can edit the columns that show up right here. So it's a pretty basic column layout that we have, but if we want to add more, we can easily do so by clicking this column section, and then we can click on each column that we want to add. So we can add the ID or the Stripe payment ID or the items or the total amount or the currency or what have you. We can also add filters for our list. So if we only want to see maybe all orders that are in packing status, we can add that filter in right here, and it will only show us orders that are in this packing stage. All right, now we can go ahead, skip the customers. I already kind of went over that. Let's move on to our subscriptions, and we can go ahead and create a new subscription. All right, Jane will set you up for a fancy little subscription. All right, next we can add the items to our subscription. We'll go ahead and just have your product name, and we can set the quantity. She'll just have the one, and then we can set the subscription status. We can set that to pending, to past due, to active, canceled, incomplete, incomplete expired, trialing, or unpaid. We'll just have that be active. All right, so let's go ahead and save that and navigate back to our subscriptions, and here it is right here. So we can see the date, the email address, the customer, and the subscription status. Next, we have our forms. Just a reminder that the forms option is only available for the advanced plan, none of the other plans, but we're still going to try to create the form. It might stop us because I just have the free one, but gosh darn it, we're sure going to try. Okay, so let's go ahead, just call this form, and then we can add our fields. So we can add a checkbox, we can add a country, we can add an email address. If they want to add a message or a number or select or a text area or just text, we can have all of these options right here. Let's go ahead, just do a checkbox. And this can be something just as simple as I want to sign up for the newsletter. We can set that to required. We can have a default value. We can also change the field width, and we can add a label to it. Next, we have our submit button label. So our little button at the bottom that allows us to submit our answers, we can change what that label says. I'm just going to have it as submit. And then we can set our confirmation type. So once we complete the form, what kind of confirmation that we get to show that we've completed the form. So this will be either a message or it will be a redirect to a different website. I'll just leave it as the message and I will say, congrats, you checked the box. All right, next we can set up a custom email. So when someone submits the form, after they hit that submit button, then they'll receive the email. You can add that right here. So here we have who the email is going to be sent to. We can have anyone that it's going to be CC'd to or BCC'd to, not to be confused. We can set who the reply is going to go to and where the email is coming from. We can set the subject of our email, and then we can type out the contents of our email right here. I'm not going to have that on, so I will go ahead and remove that. And then finally, we can set our slug right here. I'm just going to set that to form, and let's see if we can save that. All right, so we can't save it, but this is how you do create your form. Finally, we have our form submissions. So this is going to be where all of those submissions for the form we just created are going to live. Now, I can't really create a form submission because I can't create a form, so there's no submission to make. But I'm sure you get the idea. All right, finally at the bottom, we have a series of settings that you can kind of take a look at. First, we have our appearance. So this is going to be where you can set the theme for your store. There are a few default themes right here. So we have craft, we have this flow, spotlight, impact, and dawn. And then we can also, with some of these themes, go ahead and customize that theme right here. So here we can add a banner image and we can add the banner content. We can also add the banner CTA, and we can add any featured products or any featured categories right here. We can also change the product page. So we can add a price descriptor. So this might be something like inclusive of taxes or surcharge added or anything like that. We can also set our return policy text right down below. We can customize our header. So we can add a store logo. We can also decide whether or not we want the store name to show alongside the logo. And we can set that store name right here. And if we have a favicon, we can add that right here, as well as an announcement. So if you want to offer free shipping or maybe run a 20% off deal, you can set that right here. Similarly, we have a footer that we can add. So we can set our copyright, or we can add any navigational items right down here. So we can set the link to an internal link, to a category link, or to a custom URL. We can dictate whether we want that to open in a new tab. We can select where we want that link to go to and what that label is going to be. Finally, we can add our support and social options right here. So we can add a customer support email and phone number. We can include our terms of service, as well as our social media profiles. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Pinterest. Last, but certainly not least, we do have our plugin settings. So this is where you can install various plugins. We have Google Analytics, we have Facebook Pixel, Microsoft Clarity, and Talk To. All right, and cover Cornerrr. All right, and that was Cornerrr. I would probably give Cornerrr maybe a 4. There weren't really any glaring issues with it. The biggest one, I think, was hitting preview before hitting save, and it brought up that error. But once we hit save, that error seemed to disappear. One thing I didn't note before is that you do need to have a Stripe account set up in order to use Cornerrr. It's not just kind of its own thing. It does rely very heavily on that Stripe account. Additionally, it says that you can set up a storefront in just a few clicks. And, well, yeah, it was pretty easy. It wasn't nearly as quick or easy as kind of what they led me to believe it would be. It just kind of seemed like any other web store, e-commerce store that you can make. There wasn't really anything special or cool that made it stand out. It was just kind of more of what's already there. But it was quick. It was super responsive. It worked. So it is still a solid option for you to use. Now, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please do not hesitate to put them in the comment section below. And as always, I will see you later. Goodbye.